Hello, George Burnett with Covers Camo, your source for custom seat covers. Today I'm going to be installing a 2010 GMC 2500 HD. Now, come over here for just a second. I'm going to show you on this particular install. Like so many trucks, this side gets a lot of abuse sliding in and out here. And it's a tear in the fabric right there. Foam's kind of blown out a little bit, not too bad. So what we're going to do is install the seat covers here, and that's going to protect that area. And if you've done this when the truck is new, you probably won't have that problem. But many times you don't realize this until later, and you're going to be getting the covers when you have that kind of a situation. So we'll kind of go through some of the install tips, and we'll be giving you a few ideas about how to do your install. But I think you'll find this valuable. And thanks again for ordering seat covers from Covers Camo, your source for custom seat covers. Thanks. Hey, George Burnett, Covers Camo, your source for custom seat covers. You know, when I do an install, I've got to get out of my cowboy hat and shift into the Covers Camo orange cap that we've got, that we do installs in. Okay, so I'm going to be installing on this 2010 GMC 2500 HD. This is going to be Cryptic Typhon in the insert. This is the insert, this is center, this is the backrest, and the trim here, both are Cryptic Typhon. You know, under some lighting, this may look a little bit blue, but actually it is charcoal and grays and black. So I think under most lighting, you're going to see the true colors of this, black and charcoal and grays. Going to be a great set on this silver GMC. All right, so let me come in here and get started with the install. As I get started here, we might show that, yes, on 2010, it's had enough wear and tear that it's got a hole in the side of the seat right there. If this was on there new, these covers would have taken the abuse and we wouldn't have that. But you know, a lot of times you don't get covers on until suddenly that's the problem. All right, so we're going to cover that up. We don't really need to do anything in advance of that. It's not that big of a hole. Don't need to add any foam. We've got other videos that show you how to add some foam in there. We won't really need to do anything onto this. Now, let's see, a couple other things. Let me show you on the back side back here. This has the ops package, which is highly recommended. It's 8 total pockets, 4 on each side, horizontal pockets, vertical pockets. These are the vertical pockets here, I call those. The Velcro open and closed here. We'll show you this more as we get it all installed. I just want to kind of show you what this looks like before I get it installed. Usually our tags are going to be on here. This one does show driver's backrest, okay, showing the driver's backrest. Many times you'll also be able to see that this truck has, like many of them now, most every vehicle does, has airbags built into the side of the seat right here. You don't see it, you don't know it. There's not even tags like there is on some vehicles that says airbag right here in this seam. But there is an airbag right here that is going to deploy and help protect your ribs here in case of a T-bone or a side impact into this vehicle. And that airbag's got to deploy and try and protect you, I mean, in a split second. So what we do is on this side right here, this is what's available then. This is how it's sewn up, is that this has a release with these Velcro tabs right here. So I show you that for a couple reasons, to show you that yes, we have accommodations for those airbags. Those are built into these seat covers. And also that you can also identify the driver and passenger backrest. We call this the backrest. This is what you lean your back against. By those Velcro openings for the later models. You know, this is 2010, so they've been doing this for quite a while now. All right, so there's two different ways to do it. Sometimes you can take and put the backrest on first or the bottom on first. Your kind of call on it. I like to pull out the headrest and install the backrest first. And what you'll need is, we're going to need to grab that, is you'll need a pair of pliers, and you're going to need a little paper clip. And I'll show you how to do that backrest removal, because this one has a button on one side and it has a little pinhole. If Asia comes around, she's doing my photography today. Thank you, Asia. So if she does that, and on this backrest here, there is a button on the inside right here by my left hand, but that's only going to push it up and down, okay? All right, and then it locks, and you're like, how do you get this out? Well, there is a small little hole right here that I've got to grab a pair of pliers and a little paper clip or a kind of a heavy piece of wire, insert it into that. I'll show you that in a moment. And then we'll be able to push this button at the same time and lift this out, Okay, so that's going to be my first step. You got to get that headrest out of there. And that's how that's done on this 2010. Quite a few of them have that. And some of them have a pinhole on both sides. And you'll need to put 2 heavy duty paper clips or wire in there at the same time, push it in and have someone else pull that out. Okay, so there's that. We need to get that done for a little prep up. This is going to be a nice set installed. We're just doing the front row on this, the driver, passenger, and the center console, but that's what she looks like before. And it's going to tuck inside this trim right here. A couple little previews to it, and it's going to look awesome. Unboxing, this is what it's going to look like when you get it. Our phone number is here if you need to call us with any questions on installs, or check our videos out first for installs. But if you need us beyond that, phone number's here. And here it is, Neil and myself. Here we go. Thank you for ordering. Okay, open up. We've already cut it open, so let me just open it up here. And we've taken a couple pieces out here. I started on this install pulling out a couple pieces. I also wanted to show you this. That I'm going to show you a little tip here, and I'm going to tear off one of this tab right here. We're going to use this in the install here in just a minute. So I'm going to tear that off just like that and show you how to use this, okay? So there's that. We're going to get to this install. Showing you how to remove this headrest in this 2010 GMC. There is a small little hole, and I've got a very small little Allen wrench right there. And I'm going to stick it in that kind of a small little hole. You could put a piece of wire. You could, with a pair of pliers to it. Let me just find that little spot right there. And you could then take and push that in with a pair of pliers, or in this case, it's got the Allen wrench look there. I'm going to push that in, and I'm going to reach around here. I'm going to push this button over here at the same time, push that Allen wrench in there, and now, yes, we can lift that up. Okay, we're going to tip this seat back a little bit to get that headrest out, and there you go. There's how you take that headrest out. You're going to need that little piece of wire or an Allen wrench to lift that up. Okay, here we have the seat cover bottom. We call it the bottom and the backrest. This is the bottom. It's the driver's side bottom. It has one of our favorite pockets on it. We designed this many years ago. And it's called the MOLLE pocket here with MOLLE webbing. Velcro's open and closed. We'll show you that later. But that's a great pocket. This one also has pistol holster on the right-hand side, right down here. So this is your holster. Got a couple tags here. This tag says driver bottom, identifying that. If your covers don't have these tags, you'll be able to identify this driver and passenger and so forth. Usually that's by looking at it. This one is then abide by your local, state, and federal gun laws. Okay, there's the holster on the right-hand side of the seat, the MOLLE pocket there on the front. Now let me show you something that's important here to show you. These straps are going to run front to back. There's really 3 of these straps here. Okay, so you've got 2 on the front edge of the seat. All right, running from the front to the back buckle. So that's going to run from the front here up through this buckle on the back side and cinch down and be real nice and tight. Now that kind of creates this kind of loop circle, and without this 3rd strap, this seat cover could scoot forward. And you'll notice this if you start looking at, many companies don't have this. We've been doing this for years and years and years, is a safety strap. And that safety strap is this. It's the center strap. It has a buckle right here. This strap goes under to a bar or to a spring underneath there and comes right back to the buckle. So it goes under and back to the buckle, feeds through this buckle and cinches tight. And that's going to keep this seat cover from all rolling forward. As you kind of scoot down, it puts a little pressure on this and seat covers can move forward. The really cheapo seat covers are one-piecers that are just kind of a big sling. They don't fit good at all. You really want a good custom one like we've got for you that is a 2-part bottom and a backrest, and it's going to have then on these bottoms a safety strap keeping this from moving forward. Most all of ours are going to need that and require that for yours to really hold on there tight. We also have Velcro across this top edge. It's going to grab the carpet. Generally, if there's carpet there, it's going to grab to that. That's going to also keep it from moving forward. So a couple ways we're keeping this from moving forward, all right? Now, you can start with the backrest. You can start with the bottom. There's kind of advantages. It doesn't really matter too much either way. Sometimes I like to start with the backrest because I'm not kneeling on the finished product there, but either way, let's start with the bottom. Let's start with the driver bottom. Again, this is Cryptic Typhon. It may look a little bluish, but it's really not. Under direct lighting, correct lighting, you're going to see gray, charcoal gray, blacks. Really a great combination for this silver 2500 GMC. All right, so here we go. I'm going to position this. I'm going to take these straps, this safety strap, I'm going to take that to where I'm not disguising it, putting it underneath there. On the inside, here's what I like to do with the inside. So I like to take and put a loop. Now there's already a loop on here that it comes this way. I like to give myself a little bit more of rope by undoing that one, taking this loop right here, throwing it around a finger. I just throw an index finger, pulling it back through and create that loop. Maybe I gave myself a little bit more room. Probably didn't need to do that. It's already a loop in there, but I make sure that there's a loop on the inside of this cover, on the inside there, that's going to come around and going to connect to the other side that has a loop in it also, keeping it from coming back through our sewing here. And so I'm going to undo this loop on this side because it's going to need to feed down, and I'll show you that. So let's lay this down on here. All right, I take that far side installation string there, and we're going to take and put it behind the seat belt right there. And we're going to take and pull this cover back, get in position. All right, now I like to take this side right here. There's my safety strap, make sure that's exposed, not being hidden there. I'm going to undo this loop right here. All right, undo that one. And that one is going to need to tuck down. I'll show you how this is done here. Okay, now we've got plastic trim right here, okay? And I'm going to tuck this installation rope. I don't want it to go around the outside. The seat belt, I don't want it to look around the outside like that. That'd look terrible. So we're going to take this and drop this down on the inside right here of that plastic trim right there, okay? Drop that down. Now we're gonna catch it at the bottom down here as it kind of drops down. We're going to give enough of that installation spring. It's a tough, I don't know, nylon, polynylons. Okay, so we're going to tuck that in there, and then we're going to catch that at the bottom down there. We're going to give it enough. No, we'll do that, and then it's going to come around the back side and connect up to that loop on the far side of there. So let's see if we can get that to fall down there enough for me to be able to feel it and grab it there. So if it's electric, raise your seat up. That sometimes can help us as well. We raised it up a little bit. Okay, great. There we go. There's my string right there. So I dropped it down here behind the trim, pull it out, and that's positioning me to take it around the back side now, okay? All right, so now on this one, there's also this one. Some of them will have this, some won't. Is elastic that will just give us a little more tension on this side right here so that it will stay tight underneath there, and we'll find something to hook that underneath there to a spring just so this side stays tight right here. So we're going to tuck that inside the trim as well, and then grab it underneath the seat cover, underneath the seat underneath there. We're going to reach underneath there and grab that, tuck this in the plastic trim right there. All right, and we're going to pull this back. All right, give it some good force. I'll make note of this 3/8 of an inch of fire retardant foam that's laminated to the back side of all the seat plate. I call this the seat plate, and that all has that foam backing to it. It's quilted across here, sewn on there, and laminated to that on all the entire seat plate. It really gives a lot more cushion and protection for that seat as well. All right, so let's keep pushing that back, tucking this here. You got your installation, you got your safety strap. Then I'm going to use that to tuck it through the seat, reach it around the back side, and help me to pull this through right here. So we're going to pull this and push those buckles and that foam area right through the split of the seat here. All right. Okay, and push this side through it. Kind of use the safety strap to help pull that through there. Okay. All right. Let's roll this forward. Okay. And get a little bit more of a visual that way. Pull through the far side buckle. All right. Pull through the inside, the closest buckle. Okay. All right. So let's take that back. Give it some good tugs there. All right. Tuck this inside that plastic trim right down there, like that. Okay, beautiful. Sounds so nice, man. So nice. All right. Now, I can actually reach that little elastic strap I was showing you there while I'm reaching on with my left hand. And that's going to help keep this side tight right there. We'll use we'll create a little hook to hook that up to a spring later. Okay, now straps are running front to back. So I've got an installation strap here. I'm running that underneath the seat here. Feed it through all the way to the back side. I like to go above the bars underneath there. You just kind of feel that. And run this one underneath there as well. All right, now let's go to the back side here to the buckles. And we'll take and visually we'll see if we can show you that. All right. Now on the back side, there's the safety strap right in the center. We'll tuck that flap there, just that little label there. Here's your outside buckles, okay? Let me look underneath here. Make sure I'm running above the bars and levers there. Feed this through the buckle and feed that one through now, and then feed this one. Double check that. It's running above all my bars. I want to go above them so when you're raising that seat up and down, it's not being restricted there by this strap. Feed this through that buckle. Go through the top slot. It's really kind of 3 slots here, but there's really a main center slot and then down through the bottom slot, and that's going to hold this tight. Really secure installation systems we have for you here. These are made with just the best, I think. All right, and then our center strap here, our safety strap, is going to go underneath we're going to find a spring. I've got a spring or a bar, just about 6 inches underneath there. And I'm going to reach underneath there. Go through, there you go, there's one. It's only about 4 inches underneath there. Actually, I'm just going to that and coming right to this buckle. And you want to go over it under at least 4 inches probably to catch something maybe a little bit longer, a bar, ideally just a spring, and then just cinch that one down. And pull that down tight like that. Okay. All right, cinch that buckle, tuck that strap underneath there, pull this one down tight, and here's our outside. Snug that. Get that good and tight. And you can really put some pressure on this to get these down nice and snug tight. And this install should stay tight for years. If done right, it's going to stay tight for years. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Push those straps up underneath there. Now we have one more. Remember that installation rope that's coming around the outside here. We're going to feed it around here. Okay. Now here's the inside, and there's the inside loop. And you know something I'm going to do is I'm going to take this safety strap, I'm going to loosen that a little bit. I'm going to run this rope right through that safety strap area because I want this to be kind of tied up out of the way a little bit more. Throw it through the loop. Okay. And then here's what I do is take that right there. And cinch that up.
then kind of pinch this right here and throw a loop around it right there. Sometimes you're working in the center of that seat. It'd be nice to be almost in the center. And then there's a loop right there, and then throw it around that string one more time and tie it off right there. And then I'm going to tighten that safety strap down right here. That's going to help hold that up out of the way a little bit more. All right, cinch that down right there. Okay, put those. All right, you can tuck in this one. You can just kind of tuck those straps. You don't need to cut those off. And that cinches that.
Okay, so let's do the backrest. Again, the backrest on this one this is an optional package, highly recommended. It's called the Ops package. 4 pockets on each side, horizontal pocket here, horizontal pocket there. We'll show you this as we get it installed. Vertical pocket, MOLLE webbing at the top side up here. Up here we've got some tags that show driver's side. Again, I showed you that this is the airbag accommodations here. That's going to also identify the driver's side. And then just abide by your local, state, and federal gun laws. Okay. All right, this is the bottom right here of the backrest. There's a felt right there. And then this is going to attach to Velcro across the top edge here. This is going to come through the split of the seat, come back and around to Velcro there. Let's take and put this on. We already have the holes cut at the top of the headrest right there. Let's go over the top. You can open up this side if you like as well. There's our Velcro openings for the airbags. You can do that if you like. You can get a little more leeway putting this down and then Velcro those back together. Okay, let's take and put that down there. And pull this down. All right. All right, so position that at the top up there where those headrest openings are in the correct spot. There we go. And then where headrest posts are, we can move this over a little bit more. There we go. Now our openings are lined up. Now we send you a little trim tool. We'll show you how to use that in just a minute. Inside that box, Brad might be able to get that for me in that box. A little trim tool to help put that. Well, let's put one of these tabs on here right now. This is for the airbags. We're going to Velcro those two together right now. We'll do that one later. Okay, so put the seat back here a little bit more. All right, put that down. Make sure that far side is pulled down. All right. Now, here's the felt. We're going to push through the split of the seat. All right, let's push that through there. All right, forced it through there. All right, you're going to have to push pretty hard. And on this 2010, that's how this install is done. On some of the newer ones, it's going to be a little different. You're going to need to watch how that one might be done, but the concept is the same, really. And all right, so we're going to pull this, pull that felt through there. Let's see if we can hold this seat forward. You might be able to see it from this angle right here. Enough not on come around to the back side. Here's our felt coming through the split of the seat. I just forced it through. All right. We'll double check this to make sure our lines are squared up here. Looking awesome, okay? So this is our bolster here. See how nicely this fits though. Just awesome. All right, so again, this whole plate here, this is our seating plate here, and a top plate and a back plate. That all has that fire retardant foam back to it here. It really gives it a nice cushion, nice look. So lines coming across here. Let's go ahead and put this tab, the bottom tab on here right now as well. That's for our airbag combination right there. Tab. I'm gonna tuck that inside that plastic trim. Like that right there. Oh, it's so nice. Okay, so let's go around to the back side. I think that's gonna be the best view. Before I do that though, let me show you this. So I take this left hand and I'm gonna take a lot of slack out of here by kind of smacking the seat right here and then pulling this down. Take all that slack out of there right there. Pull it down good and tight. Okay, good. And then we're gonna fold this up. Let's go to the back side here to show you that. All right, so here's the flap we pulled through.
Here is the Velcro hook right here on the back edge here. That's gonna stick here. What we wanna do is pull this back through, again, nice and tight. I smacked it down real good. Give it a good tug on that. And then we're gonna pull down this back flap with the hook on it. And we're gonna set it right there. We're gonna set it right to that felt. Pull this one down, set it right to that felt right there. And then the far side, pull it again good and tight. And pull this down and go ahead and set it right there. And then that's the backrest. Now we have one more step up here. We're gonna take a little trim tool that's included for you. Need that, pull this up here. All right, thank you, Brad. Okay, so here, we're gonna make sure that we're centered on our posts. Real good here. Snug that over just a little bit more right there. So we're gonna pull this backrest over just a little bit more. Okay, now, trim tool. We're gonna take this trim tool and I'm gonna take and maybe come up a little bit higher to show you this here. And we need to come and we're gonna take that, I put it inside this headrest post opening and I'm gonna lever and squeeze this down and tuck it underneath. All right, that is tight as you can see. I'm gonna take this right here and kind of pry that around there. All right, there you go. There you go. Pop it underneath and there you go. That's how that trims out right there, okay? All right, let's take this far side. Do the same here. There's a button here. I like to squeeze this down over the top of that button on the far side there. Start with it where the button is. You can kind of see the release button there. I'm gonna put this over the top of that button. There we go. And tuck it underneath and now you've got this trimmed out real nice, okay? That's the reason for that tool right there. Okay, backrest is done, bottom is done. Let's show you a headrest and then basically it'll be a duplication for the passenger side. So let me take a headrest cover and let's see another one there, Brad. Now, one tip on the headrest. Let me show you this. I take and compress this. Now we're outside doing this install, so I'm not going to go on down in the dirt. But concept is I want to take and press this headrest, compress this foam, especially if you're doing an install on a leather job. I mean, in leather upholstery, you want to take and compress this down, and then before the foam kind of springs back, you're going to get this headrest on there. The headrests are tight. Let me show you how this is done. Let me try and do this in the back seat here versus on. We come around here to Asia on the back seat, and let me see a headrest. Now, one tip on the headrest. So here's what you have. Here's our headrest. Here is this flap that's going to run underneath and going to connect them. And what you want to look for is this is the front of the headrest. This is then the back with that flap with the loop here as well. Okay. Now, when you finish this, that front is going to tuck around and it's going to Velcro together just like that. And it's going to flow nicely there. So you'll kind of know that that is the front and this is the back. So when that Velcro's on there and is on the headrest, I'll show you when it's finished that that's going to be the front. Okay. All right. So let's open that up. I like to open these up like this. Kind of fold that back a little bit. We know that that one is the front with the hook on it here on this particular one. Front has got the hook. I'm going to fold this up. And we're going to get this started on here. So start one side and then kind of work to the other side. So get it started on here like that. All right. Position it. Before you get it too far, make sure it's side to side position. I got to position that. There you go. You can kind of check your seams. There's the seam here. There's the seam on the headrest cover. We're going to start to snug this down a little bit. We'll snug down just a little bit on each side. Pull that down. Pull this down. What you want to do is just be careful and work this down, pressing the foam in as you pull it around. So press that foam in that corner, and that gives you a little more leeway to put that. So press that foam in, press it in, snug it down, come around this back side here, press it in, okay? Press it in there. All right, press it in, and there we go. Now we can press this foam in here. Kind of just be careful, especially this front edge. You don't want to blow this seam out right there. There's a lot of pressure right there, so you want to press that in. Make sure your seams are looking good. They're side to side, seam and seam. On the headrest is looking square, side to side. We want to press this foam in here. Pull this around. Press that foam in. This is going to kind of trim out real nicely there with that little flap right there. Okay, it's gonna. All right, so we got that one done. There we go. Beautiful. Okay, this side got a nice little trim piece there. All right, and then it's gonna Velcro together, right like this. There we go. Nice. Tuck this under. Beautiful. Double check that side to side. Looking really good. Fits really nice and tight all the way around. Looks beautiful. Now again, you're going to see that that flows. This is the front of the headrest. This flows around, and the Velcro is a nice smooth. If you had it reversed backwards, this would be a rough edge you'd see from the front edge there. So there's your headrest. Let's put that in there. I might need to tip this seat back a little bit. And put the headrest into there. Beautiful, nice. Okay, so that's the driver's side, bottom, backrest, headrest installed there, and same thing for the passenger. Well, you know, that's just a duplication there for the passenger side. So we'll do the passenger side, and then we'll come back in, and actually I'm going to do the center console here while I'm in the passenger seat, and then I'll do the passenger seat to finish it out and kind of work my way out of the vehicle. Just a holster here, we'll show you that. Nice. And fits are looking awesome. Again, great color in here. This is Cryptic Typhon and charcoals and black and grays. Not any, you know, under some lighting, again, it looks a little bluish sometimes in our photos, but it's really not. So there you go. There's the driver's side. Okay, so we're going to install the center section. This is the 40-20-40. 40%, 20%, 40%. That's why it's called that. And we're going to start with the bottom. And this one is we've even got a tag on it. Not everything's got tags, but you know, feel lucky if you've got tags to identify everything. So 20 section bottom. All right, so this one is storage in the top and storage in the bottom. This is classified storage top, and storage in the bottom. So we got a storage bottom here. I'll go ahead and tear off this tag. Now you've seen that. Pop that off of there. Put those together. Now we'll take and fold this up and kind of get it positioned. Now this is just going to Velcro around here. So what I want to do is get things in position before I start to attach Velcro to the locations here, because once I've attached Velcro, I can't really move it. So kind of get it positioned here on the front. It has a notch here to show around this handle. So there's this notch. Okay, so we want to position that up nicely. Kind of pull this over this edge right like that. And this bottom seam here come across there. And bottom seam come across there. Just go ahead and set those Velcro tabs. And then we'll start to set Velcro tabs as we kind of pull this to the back side. In fact, what we'll do is we're going to pull this to the back side, right? And now this Velcro, we got hook Velcro back here. 2 inches of hook Velcro. I'm going to pull this back, set those tabs up the front. I'm going to pull this back. Okay. We're going to fold this up. We're going to pull this Velcro tab through this here. We're going to keep it nice and tight. And then we're going to set this, make sure we're kind of side to side position. You can kind of see the Velcro here. It's positioned side to side correctly. There's carpet here. We're going to pull this tight. We're going to set that Velcro right against that carpet. It's going to attach it right there, and that's going to hold it in place. Now we're going to come back and we're going to do these Velcro tabs on the sides. So we're going to pull this around. Velcro tab is going to grab that carpet right there. And set this one down here. There's 3 Velcro tabs on the side right here. Let's move this seat. Let's move this seat back a little bit. So we can kind of see that. There we go. There we are. Okay, so here we are here. We are here. And get that nice and smooth there.
reach that Velcro around there. It's going to grab to that carpet. Grab to that carpet. It's going to slide that down really nice. Okay, so we'll do the other side. Same side as that, so you don't have to really see it from. Just going to bring this around. So it's nice and tight there. Grab that around, attach to the carpet, and attach the carpet there. Beautiful. There is the bottom, okay? Very nice. All right, so now let's take and do the backrest of the 20 section. All right, so let's take and we're gonna undo this Velcro here. Undo this Velcro strap here. So we've just got this little bit under a ½ inch of Velcro that's going side to side there. Kind of open this up now. Lay this here, bringing all right from there. We'll open that. We'll open this one. Set this down. All right. So come up over here like that. Okay. All right, so we kind of get this in position here. Let's go ahead and take this and attach these two Velcros. Just kind of for starters. We're going to come back and tighten those down in a minute just to hold things in place here for just a bit. All right. Let's take this back here like that. See if I can find that better. Okay, so we got those. This Velcro is going to attach around the back side. Here's our, these are going to attach, these are both got loop on them, and they're going to attach to some of the Velcros that we have on this top cover here. All right. Take this down here. Okay. Here's our handle opening here, and our loop back here. So let's take and open this up, hook this over the shoulders basically right there. Alright. Okay, put that kind of on those shoulders like that. Again, that's going to give you an opening right here. Pull these to the back side here. I'm going to hook it around these corners back there like that. Okay. Like that. Taken. Alright, hook this over this corner here. There we go. It's nice and tight there. Alright. There we go. Nice. Tuck that right there. Okay, so now what we want to do is come around to this side here. We're going to do this attachments back here. We got these coming around here. So let's take an, I'll show you this. We're gonna, this Velcro, we've got loop here, hook right here, and those two are going to attach. Kind of snug that up tight. We're gonna set this in place and then kind of position everything and maybe reposition if we need to get things kind of set after we've kind of given it our first fit. All right, so there's that. Those two attached. We'll see if we need to pull that a little bit tighter. Get this corner down a little bit more right there. So we're going to pull that over it. And that's really going to fit, once we get this tight on here, it's going to fit almost up to this other seam. There we are. So we're going to pull that tight. This side, going to pull that tighter and come right up to that seam. There we go. Okay, side to side, we're looking good. Okay, so we got that side. Let's come over to the side to side across here. We got this. All right, we've got our hook and our loop, and we want to take and make sure that's tight across each side. I'm going to tighten that down like that. There we go. Make sure those are looking good there. Okay. It's looking good there. So that's side to side on that. Let's kind of position that Velcro a little bit nicer. There we go. Okay, we got one more here at the bottom edge. It's going to come across and hold these. Hold this. Here we go. Let's see if these shoulders are need to be pulled down a little bit more. And we'll pull that Velcro on there. Squeeze that down. Reach these positions. So you can see that a little bit better. Okay. So and then just get this corner down there. And we'll take and okay. Kind of set that if you need to, and then pull this corner around. Get those nice and tight, looking good right there. Like I said, if you need to set these a time or two just to get them tight and positioned just right, you can do that. Set that right there. Come back and console actually takes a little bit of time just to get all the detail on the console done right. Here we are. If you need to clip these, if they're a little bit long, you can take a pair of scissors and clip those and back a little bit. Let's tighten this one down here a little bit more. Okay. There we go. Now we have this right here to pull tight across there, and we're going to come back up to the front here and kind of see how this is looking. This is looking good here. I just kind of remember I just kind of set that in place. Didn't really position it down. Let's kind of reset that for a second here. That Velcro. Okay. Just a little bit long. I need to take scissors and clip that. We'll be okay for right now. And then we have these loop Velcro that's going to come around to the back side here. So right here we have this loop. It's pulling that around tight there, and then we've got hook on this right here. We're going to take that right there and stretch this around. I like to take this and hook it in there, and then make sure that this is fitted down here, and hook that corner just like that. We're going to come back with some scissors and clip this off right here. Trim that up. Let's do that to the other side, and we'll have the center console. You really, same thing as you just saw. I'm going to un-Velcro this just a little bit right there. Release that. Pull this around here tight. Come up there, have that. You can have a couple different ways. You can tuck this flap down and not have to cut it. But you want to take and grab with that hook right there, this loop strap that you come off the side like that, and then make sure that this is fitted down tight there. Hook that up there.
And you could actually tuck them. If you wanted to, you could just take them, tuck these down, or come back with scissors and flip those like that. We might come back and flip those like this. So, okay, so there's the center console, all snug down. Okay, excellent. Folds functions. There we go. We'll take and tip this seat back here, and you can kind of see the center console, the backrest, the bottom, okay? And then the lid cover here. Okay? All right, everything's nice and tight, looking good. Excellent. Okay, so we've already done the driver's seat. You saw that. Center console, passenger, we really don't need to film that. Everything's the same basically as the driver's side. And we're just about done. Not too bad. Things go pretty good. I never say it's easy, but it's not that hard, okay? It's not a 10-minute install. It's gonna take you a little bit longer than that, but as you can see, it fits down, snugs down, and everything goes down really good, and they look fantastic, okay? Just the way it fits and holds in place and fits around these bolsters. So we'll do a walkthrough here in a minute, but there's your installation video on really all the main pieces. Okay, so one more tip for you. On the side of the seat on this particular model, this is the 2010 GMC 2500 HD, and there we showed that there was an elastic strap that is about this long, so it's 4 or 5 inches long with really a loop sewn on it. We've installed that. We're finished with the install now, but I just want to give you that tip. We put it through the trim here, pulled underneath, and then there's a spring underneath there. We're able to hook that loop onto underneath there, and that's going to help hold this side tight here so that it's tightened down. So that's how that's done on both sides on this particular one, is that elastic strap tucked down, hooked onto a spring underneath there. The springs are kind of squared points underneath there, and you'll hook that. One quick tip for you there. Okay, so we finished the install here. George Burnett, Covers and Camo, your source for custom seat covers. Finished up the install, just kind of a little bit of a walkthrough here, and then a few tips on ordering your set maybe, okay? So here it is. It's the GMC 2500 2010, and it's in Cryptic Typhon. Cryptic Typhon is the print of this. Matches really nice here. Perfect one. Black interior, black trims in here, silver exterior, and the silver and the black and the charcoal gray is a really nice match for this truck, okay? So Cryptic Typhon, again, the insert and the trim, insert and trim, things tighten down really nice, folds around the bolsters. We've got the 3/8 of an inch of fire retardant foam backing on all the seat plates here, on the back plate here. So console all folds and functions. This is storage top, storage bottom here. So you watch the install video if you'd like to see all the tips on that, but everything folds down, just snugs down really nicely. Okay, the back side, let's walk through the back side here real quick, kind of follow me around here on this one. You can see on the back side, the ops package is on this one. It's a little dark in here, it's all right, but here it is, MOLLE webbing at the top side here. Velcro's open for a horizontal pocket here, opens both sides. You can close up both sides as well. This is for guns and gear. You can put your gun from side to side here. Fishing pole coming across here. This couple that owns this, they do electrical work. Okay? He's electrical contractor, and so those kind of settings you could put first aid gear, kind of preparedness gear, a level across here. Ideas, just some ideas there. So a pocket here at the top with MOLLE webbing on the outside. Pockets down here below. Nice storage pockets there, 2 on each side that are, I call these the vertical pockets here. And then another pocket down below behind those pockets that is a separate, these are pockets separate from the cover itself, so it's expandable closures to make a open pocket or a closed pocket with flaps on both ends to be able to close up. So makes it a really nice functional pocket, securely sewn at the top edge here, and then it's sewn at the top edge up here. So there it is, just kind of a quick walkthrough after the install, and great set of covers. Get your set of covers if you haven't ordered them yet, coversandcamo.com. So COVERSAND and camo, CAMO.com. 435-789-2270 if you need us, and we're ready for you. Okay, thanks so much, and thanks for watching the install video and getting a few tips for you. If you're watching this and it's a different truck, you'll still probably get a few good ideas, but this was specifically for that 2010 GMC.
Thanks a lot.